Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy Potential Unleashed. We are back with another video. This is One Piece chapter 1061, Egghead, the Island of the Future. Let's talk about it. We have the cover page. It is Germa 66 escaping. They have Caesar in hand, so he is going along with them. Now, in the last chapter we left off, Luffy was going after Chopper after he got blown off the ship. However, Julie Boney was there as well. She's in the kid form, and so Luffy saves her, but he doesn't know who she is, and as he's saving her, they are attacked from below, or she says something about something below, and in the image it looks like this gigantic shark that's about to eat them, and Luffy, Chopper, and Boney, they go into the sea. This shark like thing, it goes up and tries to eat them. However, Zoro, he says that thing's not a shark because number one, it's too big, and number two, it's made out of steel. Now let's be honest here, Zoro, he can cut steel. If they were on like a normal island, Zoro would have already cut this down, but because they're on water with all these devil fruit eaters, there's Luffy, Brook, Robin, Chopper, and now Boney, they're there as well, so it's a big problem for them. And it's kind of funny because you look at, like, they're a Yonko crew and yet they're struggling against water. That just showcases how, number one, dangerous the seas of the red line is, and number two, the kind of flip side or the double-edged swords that giving the powers of having the devil fruit, with Luffy's devil fruit and all the other ones, how strong they get, and yet the sea is the only thing that hinders them. And something I never realized, we have Jinbei, he was like, I'm gonna go after them, Frankie, take the helm. When you really think about it, right, like Sanji, he has blue light, can go in water, Zoro can swim underwater, Usopp's a good swimmer as well, I believe Nami, right, they're all decent swimmers, but looking at Jinbei, him being a fisherman, he can move like fast, he can talk underwater, so he is the best in order to save them. And I never thought about, Jinbei coming on the crew will benefit because he's a fisherman, he can travel the fastest underwater. As Frankie takes over the helm, he uses some rapid propeller in order for them in the Thousand Sunny to better be on the water. However, they are constantly being attacked and the ship ends up capsizing. I want to make mention that on the shark, I believe it says Punk on the side of it, and then they're also attacked by another thing, or there's another robot in there. At first I thought it was Frankie. I was like, what are you doing? Is that General Frankie? But it's not. And I want to mention that that robot has Vice or Vega on it as well. I think that's pretty important for, well, what happened at the end of the chapter. I find it funny, as soon as Jinbei gets the devil fruit users, they go up, and then there's the shark that's going to attack them with a cannon in his mouth, and then Jinbei, as soon as they get up, they finally catch the bird. Jinbei's like, alright, I'm gonna dive again, and they're just like, they finally spitting out all the water that they had, and now they gotta hold their breath again and go under. It's pretty interesting, right? And as they dive, like I said, there's this mecha robot that goes and attacks the shark, and then we cut to the Navy. At the Navy base, we have, it's called G14, where Tashigi, she's talking to the kids, giving them their medicine. The medicine is working. The kids, they're smaller, right? It's good to see them again because we haven't seen them since Punk Hazard. I think they might have been implemented after Dressrosa. We saw a little scene with Luffy getting a bounty increase, maybe not, I don't necessarily remember. But as Tashigi's giving them medicine, a Navy Vice Admiral or Commander Vice Admiral named Dahl is saying that Himepo is running amok and you need him calm down. And then, well, she's like, well, what the hell can I do, right? He said one of his best friends, or if not his best friend, is on the line being captive, like, and as our junior, right, I'm worried about him. Where we then cut to Himepo, and then another person, her name is Hibiari, she is his, I guess, his junior, or learning from him, because she said that's her senpai, and Himepo's like, yo, we gotta go after him, like, what are we gonna do? Himepo is pleading to a Navy Rear Admiral named Prince Gruss, where he's like, yo, let's go to Blackbeard's Island, and he's like, are you crazy? We're not gonna do that. Where Himepo's like, yo, Egghead Island is close, why can't we deploy a Seraphim? This is important because it says, the Seraphim, they're the new SSG's latest weapon created by Vegapunk. So that means, since, that's where the Strawhats are, that means Vegapunk could be there, which, spoiler alert, Vegapunk, that's their research island. I find that pretty cool. It's a little unfortunate because I feel like this happens in like every single arc, which I don't know at this point, I'm not really surprised by it anymore, but Luffy, Jinbei, Boney, and Chopper, they make up a group because people are getting separated, and the other group includes Sanji, Zoro, Nami, and the rest of the Straw Hats, where Boney, she's like, yo, you remember me? Like, you know, we were part of the same generation from 2 years ago. Like, you know, how you not know me? He's like, oh, okay, Bogey. Like, I find Luffy just doesn't remember people's name. And I saw it's funny how people are all like, Jewelry Boney is going to be the next Law, and how we're going to get her to be a part of, like, the worst generation that's with us this time. I find it pretty cool, right? We get to see more about her, where she's like, yo, I can't believe you're an emperor. She's like, well, with, you know, your bounty poster, I thought your hair would be white. You know, that was a big thing in the papers. And Luffy says that's how he is when he's totally free, where, you know, obviously when his duffer is awakened, he can use 2 Force. He becomes more durable. His rubber's better, all of that. She's like, what is that supposed to mean? And, you know, it's just his gear 5th, right? I find that really important. Where Jinbei's like, yo, where the heck is the rest of your crew? Like, what's going on? And apparently her crew got gobbled up, or her ship got gobbled up, and she has some business on the island. It is a government island that they're on. It's called Egghead, where it says that it's 500 years in the future, and Dr. Vegapunk's research lab is here. Obviously, Vegapunk is important, created the pacifist, the seraphims, and a lot of other stuff involved in the One Piece world. Lastly, we cut back to Zoro's group with the rest of the Straw Hats as they're getting carried by the big robot that attacked the shark earlier. And they're like, yo, you saved us, like, what's going on? And then this mysterious figure comes on us all like, yo, you know, the robot's not really following the commands I put in, so they had to take it out. However, she's like, you saved me. He said, I work for the government. I don't know why you're sitting up here saying I saved you, naive pirate. She's like, let me tell you, I'm the scientific genius, Dr. Vegapunk, and it's a woman, and she's a baddie. I was like, huh. I was not expecting this. Maybe I don't do, like, post my reactions or record when I read it, because my reactions aren't necessarily the best. Like, I'm really quiet when I read it, except for, like, when a hype moment or, like, something shocking really happens, I'd be like, bro. But, like, when I saw that, I was like, for some reason, it may not have just been me. Number one, I thought Vegapunk was a dude. Not gonna hold you. Don't ask me why. I thought Vegapunk was some old guy, like an 80-year-old man who was, like, really just good at what they did, but apparently not. It kind of reminds me, this reveal, because Vegapunk is so, like, influential, it reminds me a little bit of how Yorichi from Bleach, you forget, kind of spoilers alert, Yorichi's the black cat that was helping Ichigo training Chad and Odahime, or Sato and Odahime, and then had, like, a deeper voice, but when she transformed into the baddie Yorichi we know and love. So, like, this is on the level of that type of shocking development, to me at least, because, like I said, I don't know, it's like the amount of hype that Vegapunk has got, right? And then the fact that for some reason in my mind I thought they were the opposite, kind of like Master Roshi, right? Everybody talks about how great of a master he was, and when we met him, he was like some feeble old guy, and then Goku's like, what the heck? And I was the same, like, Master Roshi, like, you're so, like, how are you this like grand master? But, you know, we love him, and he showcased what he really can do. I'm not gonna hold you, she kind of looks like a mix between Koala, Uta, and Nami. I'm not gonna hold you, but she looks dope. She looks like a baddie, and I'm happy that we got introduced to her. I feel like this arc is gonna be really short. I don't really know who we're gonna fight here, and also Shiki, since she's close by, and, you know, Himepo, how they trust the Straw Hats and stuff like that. I wonder what this interaction is truly gonna be. Not gonna hold you. Ever since Oda came back from his break, it's been straight gas. Him and Yuki Tabata from Black Clover, they've been just laying it on, right? Like, his pen is going crazy. I don't know, he deserves this break that he's about to go on next week. You know, typically whenever there's, like, a shocking development, a new form, a big twist, or a hype moment, something like that, Oda always goes on break. So I'm really sad, you know, because he's been dealing and cooking. But I am glad that we got this reveal. I really want to know how, and also I want to see, like, with the Seraphims, if they're there, because Zoro's the only one to know exactly what a Lunarian is since he fought against King. So I want to see what, number one, the crew's reaction is going to be, and number two, Zoro's reaction will be when he sees the Seraphims in action, right? Because that's probably what's going to happen. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know how you guys feel about Vegapunk's reveal. Are you happy? Are you sad? Were you expecting it to be this soon? Because I wasn't, but at the same time, since, you know, they brought up the Seraphims to SSG very recently, it's actually not surprising now that you really think about it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, notifications so you guys never saw a video from it. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok is on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.